welcome to my channel, Kimbaskrafts. My name is Kim, and if this is your first time clicking on one of my videos and stopping in to say hi, I hope you enjoy what you hear and see. And if you've been here before, welcome back. Thank you. I appreciate your continued support. We are here today to do a whip and chat. Whip and chat means that I work on one of my whips, one of my work in progresses. All right, guys, I'm editing this video and I just realized I never said what the canvas is that I'm working on. So if you are new to my channel, this is my background project. It is Sunday Morning in Spring by Dreamers Designs. It's a very large canvas. It's 180 by 60. So I'm working on it weekly in pieces, and I'll take you back to the regular video. I just wanted to give credit to the canvas, and the artist is Nikki B. Home. While I talk and just share things, and you can work alongside with me, whether that's kitting up, kitting down, actually diamond painting, doing whatever it is you want to do. Maybe plant flowers outside if it's nice and warm in your area. It's like a hit or miss this spring. I feel like I was complaining and Bob's like, it's spring. And I'm like, no, this is different because it was like 30 degrees out 2 days ago. That's not spring. Like, that's winter. I disagree. But yeah, that's what we're going to do today. This canvas is my background project, so this is going to take me many, many weeks to do. I'm currently working on my my 7th week. Yeah, we're on week 7. I've been doing half a row each week. And I set that goal for myself because I thought it was achievable. I am actually measuring out my rows and then measuring out my squares. And it's been working for me. So I have, other than the week that I was away in Florida on vacation, I haven't missed a week. So yeah, I've been enjoying doing this. And it's coming along. We are hitting up the lighthouse here, and I love this, the way it really let me see if you can see, like, it actually is the exact lighthouse. And I love that. So yeah, we are gonna do this square together, as much of it as I can. I don't know if you can see, but it's pretty confetti heavy. The one above it is less confetti heavy. So, you know, if I can't get through it all, I can't get through it all. It is what it is, but we will try. And the way I've been doing this is I've been cutting along this edge and going up, pulling this sheet up. So I just have here a ceramic pen cutter. It has the tiniest blade ever, and I haven't had any issues with cutting through the canvas. I was extremely terrified of doing that. When I first started diamond painting, I absolutely refused to put any kind of blades to my canvas. I was like, what about the glue? And what about the, like, in my mind, you know, the mind going. So I used release papers. But what was driving me absolutely crazy is the crinkling and like having these like sheets flapping around. So I bit the bullet and I tried this, and I absolutely love breaking my canvas up with washi. So that's how I do it now. And yeah, I'm obsessed with this way. I got this thin flower washi from Amazon, and every time the rolls are super thin. There's like not a lot on them. So I pretty much get a row with each one. This is kind of like what's left. I might be able to bang out one more row. I haven't thrown any of them out. So that is where we're at. I have my craft. I shouldn't have turned the light on yet. So I have an A2 light pad. I ventured out and bought another one, but I did not spend the money to have the button on the power cord this time, so I have to lift my canvas up. So, but this is my pen from Craftmakes, and they're on Etsy, and you can see there's this beautiful feather in there, and then some dried flowers. Yeah, I love this. I got this pen specifically for this canvas. And then I have my metal tips. I have, oh, that's right. That's why I had this here. So my friend and sub Danielle sent me this. So it's a handmade putty in the scent Espresso. It's from Joy's Putty. Keeping it simple, tested and approved for ABs. Joy's Diamond Painting and More on Facebook. Joy's Happy Hobbies on YouTube. Okay, I'll have to check it out. And there's an Instagram, Joy's Happy Hobbies. Okay, very cool. Thank you, Danielle. Tested and approved, helpful tips. There's a QR code here. Tested and approved for ABs. All right, well, we'll have to give this one a shot. And it's a half of square of espresso. It comes in this little baggie. Very cool. So I normally use Gorilla Putty, but I'm always open to trying new things. See, this is the problem. I want to eat it. It smells really good. I do want to eat this. It's pretty sticky. I can feel that already. So let's give it a shot. So, you know, the Gorilla Putty works really, really well for me. I got that idea from Crafting with Susie. But, you know, it doesn't work for everyone. I get that. I think that, you know, there's a lot of factors when it comes to putty. So, you know, not every putty is for everyone. And I'm sure things like how hard of a presser, maybe the angle that you press, the type of tip you use. Are you in a warm environment, or I don't know how much to use, and I don't want to waste it. Let's just start with this. It smells so good. So I'm sure there's a lot of things that play into why something might work for one person and not work for another. It doesn't mean you're using it wrong. You know, some people have more success with certain things than others. And then, you know, I'm always willing to try something new, because you never know what is going to work for you. So I really appreciate this, Danielle, and we will see how this feels. Nice. Smells good. Speaking of espresso, I have my coffee here. I have a hoodie on. I'm going to take it off. It's kind of warm in here. So, yeah, I'm going to update you guys on the Chronicles of Kimba. So let me go ahead and put my light pad back on. Oh, and am I done everything? Here's my timer, so I'll hit that. My daughter got me this for Mother's Day. Summer Fridays. It's Lip Butter Balm. And this stuff is so nice. Comes out like this. And I love it. And you can hear I'm putting this baby on. Yeah, my lips feel so dry right now. Okay. My Bella Essential Tray. This is what I've been using because this has been such a high confetti kit that I like to use a small tray because I don't need a whole lot. You know, I'm in and out of colors. So yeah, that's what I've been using. Also, I want to say that the return address on here is Port Orchard, Washington. And that's where my aunt lives. One of my aunts live in Port Orchard. Okay, wait till I tell her because she's like, it's like a pretty small place apparently. Alrighty, I'm gonna start with this upside down Y. Alright guys, I hope everybody is having a good week. We are in midweek right now. No, we're not midweek. We're gonna be midweek. It's Tuesday. Oh, Putty is good. Putty is good. You hear that pop? But it's letting go of the drills nicely. Oh my goodness, have I found a putty? Well, has Danielle found me a new putty? I can't take credit. I think maybe. Yeah, so far so good. Okay, guys, let me hit my timer. So I'm in my craft room. It is 10:42 at night, and Mugi is in her crate, asleep. Yes, she went to bed pretty early tonight. She got puckered out. Bob's daughter and her boyfriend came over to meet Mugi, and you know, we had dinner together, and then after dinner they played with her and they wore her out, and yeah, she wanted to go to sleep. Bob wanted to go to sleep. I had to go back to the gym and do more cardio. So we put her in the crate, and I have a sheet. I put the sheet down over it because I think I'm going to buy a crate cover because I was testing this. Someone at my gym told me it was the best thing that they ever did was get a crate cover, and their dog loves it. I didn't put it all the way down, but I put it a decent amount down because what she's been doing is she's been climbing into our TV stand and sleeping on one of the shelves, and it's like really kind of tight, and she loves to go climb in there and do that. And so I thought, well, maybe, you know, she likes a more like a den feel, you know. One of the vet techs said that they're den dogs, so definitely crate train her. And so I thought maybe she would like the sheet down because I had the sheet on the sides and over the top. And I was talking to the girl at the gym, and she said that she puts it down the front as well. So I decided to try that, and I think she loves it. Yeah, I do. I think she does. I think she really likes it. So, you know, crate training has been going well. She's been able to like hold her urine for, we're up to like 3 to 4 hours. So 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30. So like probably 11:30 or 12, I'll run her outside, and she usually goes right away. Overall, the potty training has been going, I think, well. Sometimes she'll tell us, and then sometimes she'll just squat and pee. So that's when it's frustrating, because like there's no warning. It's not even like she's sniffing. It's like she's playing and she just stops whatever she's playing with and just squats and pees right there. So it's not like we even have time to react to even take her out. So that's the only time it's frustrating. You know, obviously, like today she was whining, and to be honest with you, we did not catch on that she was telling us she had to go out, because I don't know why. I mean, she just, you know, she's not really that vocal. But she was whining, and we thought it was because no one was sitting on the floor with her to play with her. And then she ended up having an accident. So I was like, you know, she was trying to tell us. We just didn't know she was trying to tell us. Because she doesn't always. So now I know, like, if she starts whining, because normally we're waiting for her to just start sniffing, and then we'll just real quick run her out. But, you know, I guess she's starting to try to tell us and not sniff. So I got to keep reminding myself that. But we did end up hiring a trainer. They're going to be coming on Friday to the house. We actually have homework. We have a lot of like videos that we have to watch. Bob already started. I haven't started. He said it's a lot. And he's like, yeah, when you diamond paint, you should do it. You should listen to that. And I will. I did do this bottom square today, but I was editing my video that I recorded and uploaded, the art dot video. So I didn't have time to do any homework, but I will. I will get it done by Friday. And then we've already started some of it. There's like, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. We've already started some of it, and it's like food related. And it's just how they want us to feed her. So we've started implementing that, and it's been going really well. And honestly, since we've been feeding her the way that they taught us, she's been eating all of her food. So before it was like a hit or miss. Sometimes she was eating all of her food, and sometimes she wasn't. And we've noticed now that we've been doing their, what do I want to call it? Not tips, but doing their method. She's been eating all of her food. So I honestly think she's going to be on the smaller side. Like the breeder said she was going to be between 85 to 110. And I don't know. I said to Bob, I think she's going to be like more in the 70s. He doesn't think so. He's like, no. But she does, I feel like, seem like she's on the smaller side, and she's not growing like super fast. Not as fast as when I look up the chart, like the weight charts for even the female Rotties. It's not as fast as what they're saying, you know, she should be growing. So we'll see. Like I said, she is now eating all of her food. No matter what her size is, she's perfect. She literally has the softest fur. I don't even, I cannot express to you, like, everyone who touches her is just like, oh my God. The vet tech said that they're like, I wonder if she's gonna be a soft coated Rottie. Like, I didn't know that there was such a thing, but apparently there is. So, but her coat is so soft. Like, I cannot, I've never even had a stuffed animal that is as soft as she is. It's crazy how soft her fur is. We gave her first bath today. Don't come at me. But yeah, I bathed her in the kitchen sink because she's still little. I'm probably never going to be able to do that again. Oh, just found some I missed. Yeah, she did really well with the bath. She's so, honestly, like, just in general, she's a very calm dog. She's very chill. Yes, she gets rammy and she gets the zoomies, and like when she's done eating and drinking, and then we take her out and she goes and does her business, and so all of her faculties have been addressed. She ate, she drank, she did her business. She feels great because she just woke up, right? She wakes up from a nap. We feed her, we give her water, we take her out, she pees, she poos. So she's slept, she's ate, she's eliminated. She is rearing to go. That is when she is like the most energetic, and she just like, she'll go crazy, you know? And she'll have just like, she's just play until she just collapses. But in general, like, she's just a really chill dog. You know, she'll, and I keep saying, like, how smart she is, how perceptive she is. Like, I was playing with her, and I had a sweater on, and the sweater's button hit the floor, and she was trying to figure out what made that noise. She was like, and everyone's like, what's she looking at? And I said, she heard my button. And then Bob's daughter's like, oh, that's what she was doing. She must have heard my zipper. So yeah, she will try to figure out what made the noise, like, just like when she heard the ducks that were far away. She's like looking all around, trying to figure out what's making the noise, the quacking. Even though they were like not even on our street, they were at the lake, wherever. But yeah, she's so smart. So yeah, so it was funny because literally, so the way, okay, the trainer that I picked for a reason, because they have daycare for dogs, and I told Bob, you know, once she's able to go around other dogs, you know, we should take her to daycare, especially on days where, you know, just to have her socialize and have her interact, and, you know, have some enrichment and stimulation and stuff, and not become dog aggressive. It's like $40 a day to have your dog go to daycare, and they can go all day long. So we were talking, and I was like, the best day for us would be on days where, especially Sunday, if we both work Saturday night and we come home in the morning, like, and we have to sleep Sunday and then both go back to work Sunday night, that would be a great day where we could drop her off when we got home, fed her, you know, take her over, drop her off, and then pick her up, you know, after we've slept a decent amount. So this training this trainer owns a facility, a few facilities that have daycares. So, you know, she'll be familiar with the staff and stuff like that, as well as the fact that they have boarding. So, you know, if we ever need to board her, she'll be familiar. It'll be friendly faces. She won't be afraid. She'll be used to going there because, you know, that's where we take her for daycare here and there. So, yeah. On top of that, they also offer puppy training. And so I showed Bob, and I had contacted them, you know, just by filling out a form so that I could see how much money it was going to be. And, you know, so I showed, Bob and I both worked that night. So that morning I got home and we were reviewing everything, and we decided, yes, like, we're going to do this, because we want to make sure that we have control of her as she grows, right? And like I said before, it's like Dumb and Dumber over here. So we need help, and we need to bring in the big guns. So we decided, okay, yes. And I explained to him why I wanted to use this place, because he came home and he was like, oh, there's a new place opening up for dog training right next to the karate school. You know, I went in there and blah, blah, blah. And I told him I looked that place up and they don't have daycare. So I would rather, you know, if we could use all the same, you know, so she's very comfortable and familiar. And he agreed. So and the way to start it was, you know, just to start your training today, pay $100 deposit. So I went ahead and did that. Like, you know, Bob and I just got home from work and we had to go back to work that night. And we got her. Well, when I got there, by the time I got there, he had already fed her and stuff. So we were just trying to wear her out so that we could put her back in the crate and go back to sleep. But we wanted to give her some exercise because she had just slept, you know. And so I went ahead and I paid the deposit. And literally, as soon as I hit pay, I get an email, you know, with my receipt, and like literally a second later my phone starts ringing. I pick it up and it's the dog trainer. And he's like, yeah, I saw you just paid. I mean, really responsive, right? I was shocked. I'm like, yeah. And he's like, okay, well, I wanted to just touch base with you and get you set up for your online training so you can start implementing some of our, you know, training methods. And then we'll, you know, once you do the 15-minute introductory lessons and do the quiz, we can go ahead and schedule your in-home training session. So what comes with the package is 1 day in your home for 1.5 hours. So 1 training session at your house for 1.5 hours, and then 5 sessions at their facility for 1 hour each session. So, but he wanted us to go through this stuff online, and I was about to tell him, well, you know, we just got home from work. You know, can we do this, you know, later? But Bob was next to me and he's nodding his head yes, like let's get this started. So I was like, okay. And next thing you know, Bob and I are trying to, like, he's like, okay, well, I'll call you back in let's say 20 minutes, give you time to review everything, take the quiz, and then I'll call you back. And I was like, okay. So we hang up. Bob and I are trying to do this online thing, and oh my God, we're both falling asleep. I was like, why did we say yes? Like, I'm laying there. We're both on the floor. I haven't showered yet because I shower when I get home from work. And now I can't shower because he's like, I'll call you back in 20 minutes. And this program thing takes like 15, and then I have to take a quiz. So, you know, I'm sitting on the floor and I hear him start to snore. I like elbow him and he like jumps up, and I'm like, yo, we have to do this now. We said yes. And then next thing you know, I start falling asleep and he's elbowing me. I mean, we're just like, oh my God. I don't even know. I'm like, why did we do this to ourselves? So wait, hold on. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. It's the next day. I think that's like a running theme on my videos anymore. Oh, there they are. Glasses. I can't see. So yeah, last night I got really hungry and I had to eat my last meal. And I'm out there. It's like I have an infant, you know, and I'm like, why is the microwave door always so loud? So I'm like trying to push the button and open it at the same time to make as little noise as possible. And then I'm like canceling it before it hits the last second so that it doesn't go beep, beep, beep. Like, I'm trying to do all the things to not wake her up. And I was telling Bob this. He's like, just do your thing. And if she wakes up, she wakes up. I'm like, so of course she woke up. I'm trying to like make my oatmeal. Yeah, I have, my last meal was oatmeal. My stomach is growling right now because I haven't eaten yet this morning. And I did make my oatmeal, but I like to let it cool a little bit because it's just I can't eat it when it's too hot. Anyway, so I ended up waking her up. So then, of course, I get her out of the crate and I take her out because it had been almost 3 hours. So I take her out. She actually peed. She pooed. Brought her back in. And I was just going to, like, I know we're just supposed to put her back in the crate, but I still had to eat. So I was going to sit with her and eat. And while I was getting my oatmeal, I didn't block off the hallway to the bedroom, and she found her way into the bedroom. And of course, Bob heard her come in. So next thing I know, I walk in the bedroom to get her, and he's got her on the bed. So I was like, okay, well, I go back out and eat my oatmeal, and neither one of them come back out. And I'm like, what is going on? So I go in there, and he's got her on his chest, and she's passed out. Just like, I was like, just put her in your womb, Bob. Just put her in your womb. I was like, I'm going to take a flap of skin and make a Joey pouch for her for you. Anyway, so I was like, well, now you have to get her back in the crate because I'm going to bed. So then I just laid down, and she actually curled up with me, and Bob took a picture of her with me. I'm going to put it here. And then he took her out and put her in the crate. But yeah, I got a good night's sleep, a really good night's sleep. We only had to get up one more time to take her out. I actually woke up to go to the bathroom, and then I woke Bob up and had him take her out because he went to bed so much earlier than me, like hours, like 3 hours earlier. I took her out the last time, even though he woke up, like, still, I'm the one that went outside, took her out, took care of her business. So he went and got her, and, you know, yeah. So here we are. So those are the Mugi updates. It's been very time consuming. It's been all life consuming. You know, this life, I don't even know what this life is. This is not my life is so different, and it's good. I mean, it's going to be so worth it. She's adorable. We love her to death, and I'm obsessed. So it's okay. And I know it's just going to be a couple months before she's going to be completely potty trained. Hopefully not a couple months. I'm hoping just a couple more weeks. And you know, we're all situated, and I can, you know, walk away and do more things. Like, I've already been cleaning and stuff around her. When I wake up in the morning and get her up and get her fed and stuff, she'll play, and I'm like doing laundry, emptying the dishwasher. Like, I am able to, you know, do some household chores and stuff while she's running around. And, you know, as long as I keep an eye on her, and then if I see her sniff at all, drop what I'm doing and run her outside. So it's been, you know, it's been a process. Obviously, I'm not getting nearly as much diamond painting done, or time alone, or time to record, or any of those things. But as you can see, you know, releasing 2 videos at least this week, it's gotten better. And I worked overtime last Wednesday. I'm working overtime tonight. It's Wednesday. So I started this video yesterday on Tuesday. I'm hoping to finish it today. Recording it, that is. And then I work tonight. I'm only doing 8 hours, 11 to 7. And then, yeah, I'm off Thursday, Friday. And Friday we have her training appointment. So I think one of the big things that Bob and I both agree on that we need to address is her biting. I know she's a puppy, but like, she bites your legs when you're walking by her. She'll attack your legs and bite your legs, and like, she's got sharp teeth, you know. And then when you yell at her, you tell her, no, stop, she barks back at you. She's got a lot of sass. So, you know, she just starts barking at you. And I guess that's just her way of, you know, she thinks we're playing, because, you know, if we were her siblings, you know, she would bite them, and then they would bark at her, and she would bark back, and whatever. I don't know. But she talks back. And really want to like nip that in the bud. So that's the only time she like talks back, is when she's biting us and we tell her to stop. She'll give us some sass back. So Bob's like, we got to nip this in the bud, or next thing you know, I'll be sitting for my dinner. She'll be running the house. Oh, it's like, he's like, you'll be putting me in the crate. She'll be putting me in the crate. So yeah, you know, we're having our challenges, but it's all good. And yeah, so that's all the Moogster updates, the Mugi updates. Other than that, well, that has been my entire life right now. I'm going to just tell you, you know, I can't wait till she is fully vaccinated and we can really start to socialize her. You know, all these dogs are walking by and we keep saying, yeah, she's not ready. She can't, you know, and so they just walk by and she watches them. They watch her. It's kind of annoying. Like, I really just want to start socializing her, see how she interacts with other dogs, have her meet my girlfriend's dog so they can become friends, because we want to like take them places together and stuff, you know, go to the beach with them together. So I really want, I really am like frustrated that this vaccine process takes so long, but it is what it is. I don't remember this being this way. And even my girlfriend's like, I don't remember it being so complicated when she had her other dog, her pup as a puppy. She's like, I don't remember having to wait so long and like having to be so careful. But the vet said that parvo is running rampant and they're getting tons of puppies that have it. So she just does not recommend. We're like, okay. But anyway, my girlfriend, her friend is going through a bad divorce, and he ended up doing something to himself, and he ended up in the hospital, and it's just so horrible. I'm like, why is life so hard? Like, why does life have to be so hard? You know, I sometimes I feel like, a lot of times I feel like that when I hear, like, I remember when Bob was in the hospital, I went to ShopRite to pick up cupcakes for the unit he was on for all the nurses and stuff. And this lady that worked at the supermarket, I was not trying to eavesdrop, but I was paying, and she comes up to right next to the cashier, because I guess that's where the manager was standing, next to the cashier that I was at. And she says to him, my husband is not doing well. He's still in the ICU. And she's like, the visiting hours are over at 8. Can I leave a little early so I can go visit him? You know? And, you know, here I am on family leave. I'm on family leave to go see my husband. And my heart broke for her. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, does she not know about family leave? Like, did not anyone explain to her that she could, you know, like, my immediate thought was, did not anyone explain to her that she could take leave to go, you know, see her husband? Like, but then I thought about it, and I'm like, you know, not everyone can afford that. Like, because you don't get paid right away, you know, it takes so long for the state to get the money to you, a lot of things, you know. So I started thinking, I'm like, maybe she can't afford it. And my heart just completely broke for her. I was just like, you know, count your blessings that you're able to, you know, take time away from work and, you know, take care of what you need to take care of when it came to Bob and this surgery. This is his first surgery. And I'll just never forget that, because I was thinking, like, how horrible is it that she's got to worry about coming to work and, you know, money and all of that. And I don't know. I just felt so sad, and I'm thinking, and, you know, thank God they said the right thing, because if they said anything else, I think I just would have fell over right then and there and just like, I don't know. I don't even know what I would have done, but they were like, of course, you know. I just felt so, I mean, and she was older. Like, I don't know. It broke my heart. I was just like, this is like, why is life so hard? That's when I was like saying to myself, that's like one of the examples. I say this to myself often. And that was one of the times when I was listening to this poor woman talk about how, you know, she asking permission to leave work early because her husband was intubated in the ICU, not doing well. And I'm just like, what is this life right now? Like, why is the world like this? So my girlfriend, you know, texts me that her friend, it was going through a horrible divorce, and I don't want to get into the details, but did something horrific and, you know, is in the hospital or whatever. And of course, she's beating herself up. You know, she's texting me, we took our dogs to the beach, and I don't think I texted him since then. And he texted me these pictures, and, you know, and she's like, I'm looking back, and I called him and I talked to him for 9, and how did I not know? And I said, stop. Now, first of all, this friend is not like one of her best friends, right? It's a friend that she met through a group for like hiking and outdoorsy stuff, okay? And, you know, and I was like, you know, she's been working a lot of overtime. My friend has been working a ton of overtime to, you know, pay her bills. I was like, you know, if we could find the time to give the amount of time that we would love to give to the people that we care about and love in our lives, then, you know, we would be independently wealthy and not have to work. But that's not the case for most people. Our lives are very complicated and busy, and, you know, we have multiple responsibilities that we're juggling, and that's life. And, you know, that's where we have to understand that we give what we can. We have a good heart. You know, our intentions are good. And, you know, we have to give ourselves, you know, we give other people grace, right? We understand they're busy. We understand they have families. We understand, you know, you know, we don't put unreasonable expectations on other people because we understand how hard life can be, right? But we don't give ourselves that same grace. I said, you know, you have to give yourself that same grace, you know, and I don't know, but I understand what she's saying, because I think that this is like my biggest anxiety. Like, I don't, like, general anxiety. I say this all the time. I don't suffer from general anxiety. And when I say general anxiety, I mean, like, I don't have a level of anxiety throughout the day. Like, of course, you know, we all get anxious with stressful events that happen in our lives, or like we get anxious if we're going to go on a job interview, and, you know, situational anxiety. I think everybody has that, right? I mean, maybe not Miley Cyrus, but generally, in general speaking, the majority of us suffer from some degree of situational anxiety, right? When I mean general anxiety, I mean, I understand that there's people who suffer from anxiety that can just happen, you know, that it's not necessarily a situation brought it on, but like they just feel anxious, right? And I know that can be very crippling. You know, meds are very helpful for that, etc. You know, and then of course, if it gets out of control, it can turn into a panic attack and things of that nature. So I don't suffer from that, and I feel very blessed for that, because it does run in my family. My grandmom had severe anxiety to the point where she, you know, she ended up developing agoraphobia later in life. So, you know, I was blessed. I feel like that I did not get that, because it runs in my family. Other people have from my grandmom. And so, but I think one of my biggest anxieties is, and I guess this is I think it's an anxiety because I feel anxious when I think too long and hard, is I constantly, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to be able to relate to this, I constantly feel like I don't do enough for anyone or anything. And I don't know if it's an egotistical thing, because then you start thinking like, oh, they must be thinking like, oh, well, Kim doesn't care. Like, when they probably aren't thinking about Kim at all. But like, is that an egotistical thing that I'm sitting there thinking, like, they're probably like, why haven't you called? And like, why do I think that they're thinking about me at all? But it's not, like, I don't feel like it, like an egotistical thing, like, oh, Kim's the most important thing, and so they're thinking about me. No, I'm just self-conscious because I'm thinking, I think I should have called them, or I should have written them, or I should have sent a card, or I should have. And so, you know, because I failed to do so, I'm thinking that they think I'm a bad person, or I don't care, or, you know, and like, you know, of course, in motherhood, you always feel like you're not doing enough. You never can do enough for your kids. You should have done more. You should have given more. You should have worked harder to have more money to give more. You should have done this and that. And that's, I think, my biggest anxiety. And I really try not to fall into it. But I constantly think that. Like, I constantly think, like, oh, I didn't Venmo for this girl's, you know, baby shower. They probably think I'm, like, cheap and blah, blah, blah. Like, stupid stuff. Like, I don't know, like, why I do that. Like, because I don't know. Does anybody else do this to themselves? I feel like a lot of people probably do. You know, feeling like you just don't do enough. It's just, and that people think it's rude of you, but you're not, you know, intentionally, and maybe it is rude of you. You're not intentionally being rude, but you're just like overwhelmed, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, so she's feeling a little like that, you know. And I told her, I said, you know, stop beating yourself up. This is not your fault. You know, well, I hung out with him and I didn't realize that, you know, I'm like, you know, he's a very private person. You know, and like, I told her about this video I saw on Instagram. And it was really upsetting. So I'm like already tearing up trying to tell you guys this story. This video, it was a message about how, you know, people can hide with what they're going through, and you never really know what people are going through. And it was these two guys, you know, assuming they're best friends. And one guy was always like very mellow, not very animated, kind of just sat there, didn't smile a lot, you know. And the other guy was like very animated, standing up, screaming, like pumping his fists, like look like jolly, like happy-go-lucky guy, like slapping everyone's hands around him, like, yeah, they made that play, like, you know, cheerful. And the other guy would just sit there and, like, you know, not smile a lot and nod his head and like, yeah. And he looked depressed and sad, you know. And it showed them every year. It was like a tradition. Every year they would go to this game together every year, and they sat in the same seats. And the sad guy would be there first, and then the happy-go-lucky guy would come in and make a scene, and, you know, and the sad guy would just, you know, give him a high five, like, hey. And then after multiple years of, you know, they showed this scene like 4 different times. The sad guy shows up and he puts a jersey on the seat next to him. And he puts the jersey on the seat next to him. And, you know, and then the message comes through, you know, you never know what someone's going through. And, you know, mental health looks different on everybody. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it was heartbreaking. And, you know, I told her that story. And I said, you know, you don't always know. You can't know what everyone. I said, I told her, I was like, you can't be everybody's hero. Like, stop beating yourself up. You know, it's you know, it's not. You can't control everything. You know. But anyway, I'm sorry. This is sad. But it's weird because, like, I've been thinking about this, like, anxiety of, like, always feeling like you don't do enough. You don't do enough. Like, you don't, and you know, you don't give enough. You don't, like, oh, you didn't call this person. You didn't call that person. You didn't check in with this person. It's exhausting. And then you're like, you know, why do you think you're that important? And it's not that I think that I'm that important. I guess it's that it's something that I felt like I should have done and I didn't do. And so therefore, if I feel like I should have done it and I didn't do it, then that person probably feels like I should have done it. And they're like thinking I'm a horrible person, or I don't know. Can anybody relate to this? Or am I crazy? Oh my goodness. I think my oatmeal's probably... So I'm sorry. That took a dark turn. I tend to do that. I don't know why. But yeah, life is so hard. And I feel like we need to just be more gentle with ourselves and others. So I am done reading the 4th book of the Court of Thorns and Roses series, the novella. It was okay. Now I'm on to the 5th book, and everyone tells me that I'm going to love the 5th book. So I'm excited. It's the biggest book. I'm excited to dig into that one. A couple people emailed me about the story, and I emailed back, and I don't know if I was too aggressive because I didn't hear back from them. I'm so passionate about my feelings about this character. I like completely lose my mind. They're my educator at work. I don't see her very often because, you know, she's day shift and I'm night shift, and I only work weekends and they don't work weekends. So if I'm going to see her, the only chance I get to see her is like Monday morning, unless I pick up overtime. Like I might see her tomorrow morning, because I work tonight into tomorrow morning. But in general, I only see her, you know, on Monday mornings if I'm there late enough, right? Because they start probably around 8, but she shows up early a lot to get her day started early. So out of all my managers, I tend to run into her first. But she is obsessed with this series as well, and so we always have discussions every time I see her, and I'm like going off. I'm like, ah, like so animated. She's just like, I love you, Kim. like I'm making it's funny. I just need to get it off my chest, because like, you ever like have a character that does that to you, and you're just like, every time I see someone who's read the series, I'm just like, wait, we gotta talk. So yeah, I'm really excited to start this new book. I do have to go to the gym and do cardio today. So I already put it next to the door so I don't forget it, because I'll be very upset if I get to the gym and I don't have anything to read. Because that makes for a long, boring cardio session. So yeah, I'm excited to start. And I heard that she's writing another book. And I was waiting for her, is it her Crescent Moon? I think maybe it's called Crescent Moon series. I was waiting for the first book to become available on Libby, and it did today, and I passed it up because I was like, you know what? I'm going to read it. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to read it on the treadmill. So I went ahead and gave it, because once I'm done this series, then what am I going to read? I need something to keep my mind busy. So I went ahead and I gave it up to the next person waiting. And I waited like 20 weeks or something, 13, 16 weeks or something crazy for that book. And then I decided, you know, I'll just let someone else read it. But yeah, that's where I'm at. And then Diamond Painting with Jack recommended a book. What was it called? And I was in the middle of listening to it, but because I can't hardly get to diamond paint, the library took it back and I didn't finish it. I forget what it was called though. So I have to, and I have to request it again. And yeah, it's going to take a while, but that's okay. I'm not upset about it because I'm not back here enough to really, like, if I got it back, I probably wouldn't be able to finish it before it has to go back anyway. Because I'm just not back here enough right now, and I don't foresee me being back here enough in the next few weeks. I'm hoping to get, I still haven't started the Craftably because I'm trying to finish Mermaid's Enchantment before I start that. So I'm hoping to get that done for May, but no promises. I just don't have as much control of my schedule as I used to. You know, and Mugi is not going to be allowed in this craft room for months and months and months. So that's where I'm at book-wise, which it's been giving me a chance to catch up on YouTubes because, you know, I'm doing shorter sessions out here. So I've been able to watch more YouTubes. I've been watching them in the car too, listening to Wip Chats and stuff, catching up on my weekly dramas, as I like to. That's how I look at Wip Chats. I love the weekly dramas. It's almost like a soap opera. All right, guys, I think I'm going to end this video here. I am starving and I want to eat that. And then I'm going to shower, get ready to go to the gym because I do have to work tonight. And yeah, it is, what time is it? It's only 9:30 in the morning. I'm definitely a day shifter. I was telling Bob's daughter that, you know, now I'm like a day shifter. And I was like, I get up at like 5:45, 6 o'clock in the morning to get Mugi up. And And like my girlfriend who does do day shift, she's like, oh, I'm so tired. I got up at 7. My dog got me up at 7. And I was like, you slept in. They're sleeping in. I've been up since 5:45. And she's like, oh my God. All right, guys, on that note, that is all I have for you. If you enjoyed this video, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up on the way out. And if you want to see more from me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and join the family and friends here at Kimbaskrafts. I would love to have you. Remember, give yourself some grace. Know what's in your heart. And yeah, don't be so hard on yourself. You are enough. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Take care. Keep diamond painting.